Tony,
Sound
microphone.
again, the microphone off. Twice. Oh, that's not good. All right.
Everyone head on over to our website,
That's right.
Tony'sPicks.com. There you'll find our premium picks.
That's right. Again
Sorry.
with the cough button, keeping it down. So anyway, sorry about that. So let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Mindy Hahn. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com doing great work. NHL and NBA. She's been on fire. Let's bring her in. Mindy, what's happening?
It was nice that you said all those good things about me. Just I guess that no one could hear them.
Oh, I know. I got to remember to check that record button. All right, Mindy. So you're picking the one of the highlight games of the night in the NHL is the Rangers host the Devils. -110 here on both sides, total of 6.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Devils, right? I mean, besides Boston, they could be, one of the hotter teams out there right now. 21-5-1 versus the Rangers. They're 14-10-5 here today. It's going to be pretty crazy to see how this one works out today. The Devils here, they're on, a bit of a hot streak here. Yeah, but they still kind of sometimes find ways to make these games, kind of close. The Devils are a little sloppy at time. I think it's because they're, kind of a young team. So they do tend to go ahead and get themselves in trouble with, penalties, power plays, lots of shots on goal, that sort of thing. And I'm giving you kind of some of this, back end only because this is kind of the reason why I'm planning on going over, the total today. Because most of the times we kind of think about the Devils here kind of being a little bit of an under team, but I think it's one of those that just how this game is going to unfold, the pace of the play, the over is 5-1 to the Rangers' last 5. They're kind of a little bit more of a home team here. I mean, of a over team here as well. But yeah, they're also, the total goes over here when the Rangers play a team with a winning record. Overs 3-1-1 in the Devils' last 5 Monday games here as well. Like we talked about last week, this Rangers team has found a new line that's been producing about 2 or more goals per game than what they're used to here as well. So planning on going over the total of 6 here today with these two good teams in a really good matchup.
All right, Mindy here going to go over the total of 6 here with these Devils and Rangers. And in fact, there has been some trending to the over with these teams match up over the last 12 meetings in Madison Square Garden. It's gone over 9 times, 2 unders, and just 1 push there in these head-to-head meetings here in Madison Square Garden. As a matter of fact, you factor in both home arenas over here, 26 and with poor pushes. So that has been trending when these teams get together.
Exactly. And I think it's kind of just been, the way it's been in the past is the Devils, have always kind of been, playing from behind. The Rangers then are able to get some open nets. But that's kind of not the way that I think this one is going to be today. I think it's just going to be that each of these teams are scoring well. And I don't officially have any goalies confirmed yet either. But again, it looks like both of these two goalies, they allow about 2.5 goals a game here as well. But it's just, I think the offense is just going to take over in this one today.
All right, like 3-3 is great after regulation because then you're getting your overs cashing in when you got that 6. No hook on this one. So
I know.
Devils Rangers over 6. This one will have a start time here of, we'll get this one right for here, of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's go over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. Of course, doing great work in the NHL as well as the NBA. Mindy's been on a tear here. I just sent out the newsletter. That's why I think what happened is I had the mic off when I sent out the newsletter. So you newsletter subscribers just saw Mindy featured at 833 units of profit here in the NBA. That is all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com, as well as this 30-day run in the NHL. She's put up some fantastic numbers here as we close out 2022. She's been doing great work in the NHL. So still some, well, even when we get to 2023, you get our NHL picks, so she'll be up the leaderboards as well. She's shown that history. So Mindy, we got a lot of NBA tonight, some NHL, college basketball as well, an NFL game tonight. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so we went over, the full NHL card this morning, and I couldn't quite find anything that I felt, 100% about regarding hockey. So I passed on the card today, but do have some plays with the morning's team. So I still have some, to cheer for yet this evening, as well as this free play. And you also get another free play for me if you go ahead and take a look at the Twitter account, which we'll get to also. But there's tons of free picks out here. We'll have some action in on the Monday Night Football game, so you can catch a pick there. I did put that out as my $15 best bet. But yeah, in on 4 games tonight in college basketball. So I do have a 3-pack on that, plus a best bet, which is my latest game of the evening, which might be in that Creighton game today, Tony. So looking forward to that one yet here this evening.
That's right. I got Mindy over at Tony's Picks. We showed you the numbers. They've been quite impressive here. 1,983 units of profit in the NHL. That is all documented over at Tony's Picks. Also showing great results in the NBA as well, where she's been on a tear in the NBA. For 2022, it's been over 833 units of profit last 7 days. So she's been on fire. So get on board with Mindy over at Tony's Picks. A 3-pack from college basketball is up there, as well as a 7-pack as she puts together her NBA for college hoops and an NFL play into that 7-pack there, upper right there. So a good time to get on board there. Or, of course, you've got the college basketball fast break best bets. So the best bets here from college hoops, best bet here from the NFL, best bet from the NBA. So we've got a lot of action here from Mindy now. Instead of buying all these plays individually, we always talk about the long-term passes, but here we are on December 11th. We're heading into a weekend of bowl action. So the bowl action kicks off here on Saturday. So a good time to get on board with Mindy's 30-day all sports pass. Get all of Mindy's premium plays here for 30 days. You'll get all of her bowls. This includes the championship game is now into factors now. So we got all 41 bowl games plus the championship game when you get Mindy's monthly all sports pass. And included in that monthly all sports pass is all the sports that Mindy handicaps. That includes your NBA. That also includes your NHL, your college hoops, in action, NFL as well. We get you right to the end of the regular season here from the NFL. There's only 4 weeks remaining here in the NFL regular season. That's part of it too when you get that 1-month all sports pass. So you'll close the regular season there with Mindy with that 1-month all sports pass. All right, here it's a fantastic value. We can save 20% off right now when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. And of course, also a good value here when you get Mindy's 1-month all sports pass. It includes all of her late steam plays, and Mindy does put late steam plays. What are those? Well, those are picks and the cappers can put in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Many of the multi-capper sites, the membership sites, ours included. We like the members plays in by 11 a.m. each time, so it's so the members get them and they don't have to check the site every hour, every 20 minutes, and it would just be it wouldn't work. But anyway, what we do here with the late steam play is any pick that the cappers put in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before start time. What we do is we email that pick directly into your email box. So the email address that you used when you signed on as a member, that is the email that is sent to. So make sure you know that. So if you get Mindy's 1-month pass and she puts in plenty of late steam in there, you will be able to get that play will be emailed to the regular. The picks are not, because we don't want to load your email with tons of emails. But anyway, late steam plays included on that 1-month all sports pass, not included on these individual passes, only on these 1-day passes. Just on the long-term passes do you feature the late steam there. And it's a really good feature there because those are going to hit a higher percentage because, again, you get the line in your favor. You also got important news about the game, injuries, and whatnot. So those late steam plays included there with the 1-month all sports pass. So get signed up and use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. All right, Mindy, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks. Mindy, and of course, that late steam, that morning steam show with you and, of course, Ramon in the mornings.
Yeah, so we've been, doing quite well here with the Morning Steam. Mindy and Ramon and the Morning Steam team, we've been, having some really nice profitable days here over the last week. So we feel like we're kind of hitting our stride. Look for us on the leaderboard here again tonight. We do have 5 plays in action. So if you go ahead and take a look at the rerun, you can find that again. Or if you don't have time for that, you can definitely go ahead and always go over to the Morning Steam on Tony'sPicks.com, and you can go ahead and purchase those plays there as well. But yeah, we go over all the games of the day. We catch, the the steam lines. Ramon puts those in right 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and by 5 or 6, 8 o'clock in the morning, we get to see how those line movements have been and which way maybe we should be on those games. So we also get late breaking news, and like you said, talked about injury reports there as well. So we're having a good time. So please go ahead and join us in the chat room where you can be part of Team Steam and help make us, help make some of those selections along the way. Sometimes you have to tip Ramon in the right direction, head him in the right path, right? So yeah, we're looking forward to another fun show tomorrow, going over college basketball, the NBA, and the NHL. We don't have anything else right now. Usually we cover college football, but we're going to be probably taking those one day at a time. But yeah, you can also catch me at Tony's Picks Mindy, where I have another free play for you. All of our cappers do, so it is wise that you go ahead and follow all of those. Just get as many picks as you can handle here today. So yeah, that's where we're at today. And kind of something else that we haven't talked about for a while is that I feel like I've been pretty consistent here over the last couple months, always being on that monthly leaderboard. Ramon's always there as well. Tony's always there. So go ahead and look at the 2-for-1 capper promotion. So basically what it is, you buy one capper, you get the next capper half off. And what a nice way to really increase that bankroll there. When you get lots of plays, you can kind of go ahead and build your own consensus between the cappers there as well. So another nice feature at tonyspicks.com.
That's right, 2-for-1 capper. We don't mention it a whole lot because I got to get the GM to put a banner on the front. I'm always looking at the homepage. He's always looking at the members page. I said, dude, more people go to the homepage, so we got to get in sync with that, with right. Getting these links correct. So anyway, 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can add a second capper. You can add Ramon and Mindy on a capper pass. The 3, 7, 3rd day, and 1 year all sports pass. So go ahead and get signed up there over at Tony's Picks and just click that 2-for-1 cap promotion there, and we'll get you signed up there with Mindy and Ramon if you want to get together on their personal picks.
So much fun.
Yeah, that would be great to do, right?
Go buy it.
Yeah, just go and buy it. So check them out. Of course, it's the morning steam, Saturdays through Thursday with Mindy and Ramon, a full rundown of all the day's action there, NBA, NHL. Again, college football bowls will probably be maybe the earlier, maybe day before. We'll see how that works. If it's a later afternoon, it'll probably be same day coverage. Again, with these transfers and the transfer portals, and I'm sure people are going to be copying Dion and big on Twitter and big on YouTube for transfers. Oh yes, you're going to see it's become its own thing now. It's adding more shows. You're seeing more and more networks pop up there. All they do is cover transfers, so it's interesting.
Right.
We don't know how it works or who's the in between the coach and the player. I'm sure there's some shenanigans going on, but we'll find out later, right?
All I know is I am not entering the transfer portal. That's all I know.
She's not entering the transfer. Neither is no, she will not, because Whitney won't let her.
No.
Whitney gets her screen time. She's happy.
My eligibility is up. I'm done.
Oh no. All right, Mindy. Great. It's always great having you on the show. Have a great afternoon, evening. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. We'll see ya.
We'll see you at Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here at Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us and get these picks in real time, right? So you want to do that here on when you like and subscribe. Loads of picks on our channel. All right, next up. Okay, and when I say this, I had it already. We're going to head on over to Las Vegas, Nevada, and welcome in Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at Tony's Picks. Does great work up there. Catch him in the morning scene. Ramon from Las Vegas, a stone's throw from the South Point. What's going on, Ramon?
Yeah, Tony, a lot of college basketball here this weekend, but I spent most of my time setting up for this very appearance.
That's right. Very appearance. He spent time here getting his studio together, getting all the monitors ready to roll. He's got his live odds out there, checking the markets, so he's all getting ready to roll here. Tonight we're going to late night NBA here, a rematch of a game here on Saturday night. Saturday night here on League Pass. We have Trailblazers here hosted T-Wolves. Trailblazers laying 4, totals 230.
Well, unlike some of those soccer games where they fooled the public and showed FIFA video on YouTube and everybody thought they were watching the game when they were watching a video game. This one, they're going to run it back just 2 nights later, and I guarantee you we'll be watching the live action tonight with the Timberwolves and the Trailblazers. They just played on Saturday, Tony. 124-115. The Blazers got the win in that one. I think I actually said it backwards. on the show this morning. I should have known better because Lillard had a big game in that one, and it was win and cover. They laid 5 points and got the number 124-118 at Portland. They're playing back-to-back games with a one night's rest. Kind of the LeBron rule, I'd say. This is where the players' union said, "Hey, we're going to make these trips." That's why we're seeing a lot of these teams play back-to-back in some of these cities, playing 2 games in those cities. Also gives a chance on some of those occasions for season ticket holders to see stars play, because we know that there's a problem sometimes with resting the stars, and usually you're not going to get the stars resting on back-to-back days, Tony. You'll see them on one of the nights, unless there's an injury, of course. But that's why we're seeing these back-to-back games also to, reduce the travel a little bit. It's not a cost issue. It's a players association thing where they would just like to travel a little less. They're going to travel into a city, pick up a couple of games. So anyways, Lillard, who was injured for several games, he's missed 12 games this season, but scored 76 points over the last 2 games. He had 40 against Denver, 36 against the Wolves the other night. Now we know Karl-Anthony Towns going to miss this game and several more. It's going to be out till about mid-January. Is it a blessing in disguise for Minnesota? I don't want to say it like that. We know Cat is a great offensive player, but Minnesota's actually shown improvement defensively since Cat has come out of the lineup. Anthony Edwards has kind of had to step up a little bit, both offensively and defensively. Minnesota's really not showing much defensively this season. They're allowing 37% from three-point range. We know Portland's got an excellent breakout star in Anthony Simons. He really can shoot the ball well, and of course Dame Time can as well. He kind of led the charge. Minnesota led that game on Saturday night by 10 points. It went well over the number here at 242, but I would think on a back-to-back like they're playing, or 2 games, consecutive games, that maybe there'll be a little bit of reduced scoring here, mostly because of Lillard as he gets healthy again, back in the lineup. Portland games, although both these teams kind of trend under, believe it or not, their net ratings would show that they are 2 of the more offensive teams, especially Minnesota in terms of pace. But in comparison of the teams, I'm giving out the side here. Minnesota's 24th in adjusted net rating, while Portland is 15th, even though these teams are really right next to each other in the Western Conference standings. They could be, I think they'll get in there. It's early in the season yet, of course, but you think these 2 teams, Portland's had their moments, especially in the postseason of late. Minnesota, they went out, got Rudy Gobert. He'll be in there tonight, doing a pretty good job. He scored 24 in the game on Saturday night, but it was Portland that got the cover. Portland is 17-9 against the spread this season. They've covered 4 straight, while Minnesota's just 10-16 against the number, and 2-6 against the number as an underdog. So 4 of the last 17 meetings in Portland have gone over. So that's 13 under. Well, I think they had 1 push. So 4-12-1 to the under when these teams have met in Portland in the last 17 meetings. So Minnesota's 1-4 of 6. They're playing okay. They're playing pretty decent. But again, Portland just a notch, 1 game basically ahead of them, 14-12 straight up. Minnesota 13-13 straight up. But Portland with Dame in the lineup, they're 9-5 straight up, 5-7 without Dame. So I think he makes kind of a big difference here. They were able to erase that 10-point deficit and still win the game by 6 points. There might be a train of thought that, you play 2 games and one team is going to get one of them. Minnesota should get one of them. But again, they're without Karl-Anthony Towns. He's out until mid-January with that. It's a calf injury, so maybe he could come back a little bit earlier, but that's not an issue here. They still have D'Angelo Russell, who can also shoot it pretty well, but I'm going to go with Portland here in this one to cover a similar number to what we saw on Saturday. I think they can get it done. Minnesota on a road trip here. I'll take Portland tonight to do it again, get back-to-back wins and covers against the Trailblazers.
All right, we got on record here. Portland here laying the 4 against the Timberwolves. Portland, you look at their past 2 games, we'll do it in lineup 48% shooting, 52% that win against Minnesota. But looking at the Minnesota's defense over the past 4 games, they gave up almost, I'm going to round up or round down situations here. 52% allowed, then 48% allowed, 43% allowed, 52% allowed. So the defense has kind of gone south a little bit here for the Timberwolves over the past 4.
But it's a little bit of an improvement, though, Tony, without Cat for some reason. But again, I think you're just looking at a lot of liability overall with Minnesota. Both teams do trend under just a little bit, but yeah, Minnesota has plenty of issues defensively right now. That was supposed to be kind of resolved with the addition of Cat and Gobert, because you have two, twin towers, if you will, but it's kind of tough sometimes. It's not like we're playing with Ralph Sampson and Akeem Olajuwon here, right? I mean, those guys were legends. And here, when you get 2 big men, it's kind of clogged a little bit right now, even defensively. So there's a little bit broken there with the Timberwolves. Not to say that it's still not a good situation. I mean, if Minnesota's going to have a chance to win a series or 2 in the playoffs, they have to have top players like this in the lineup. So I don't know if there's a solution necessarily, long term right now in Minnesota. Other players in there, they don't necessarily rush. I'm talking about D'Angelo and Anthony Edwards. I don't know if they show as much defensively. They're a team that is going to definitely look to push the pace up a little bit. But when Dame is there, he controls his side of the game for sure. There's no reason for the Trailblazers to get hooked up in a game with Minnesota at their tempo, especially at home. Granted, it did go over the other night, but again, it was a furious comeback by the Trailblazers. And Trailblazers aren't showing that much defensively either, but they also have gone slightly under in their cumulative games this season. So I would look for Portland to play possibly a little bit more defense tonight here, especially with Dame controlling the action, and get that win over the Timberwolves. So I don't know what the solution will be there for the Timberwolves. This is the situation they've gotten themselves into. Gobert will come back, and they'll have both those big stars in there. But again, it has been a little bit awkward defensively for them, considering you'd think they would be a little bit better with, especially Gobert. Well, we know he's a tremendous shot blocker.
Yeah, I think what happens here is the speed of the game. The game is so much faster now. And of course, now that you have not just Lillard, you've got now Simons, you've got Jeremy Grant, which are scorers. You've got those 3 scorers now on the court. When you look at the Trailblazers, average 116 points or greater the last 4 games, don't change a thing. Even though the defense got south, you're outscoring teams. You're almost playing like Denver now, where you're just going to go out there and outscore teams who are missing talents who can score for you. And I think that might be the situation here, where you, like they did here in Game 1 of the series, just outscore this opponent, which you can do when you have your 3 scorers on the in the lineup together. Trailblazers laying 4 against the Timberwolves. This one will have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com right now. We put up some fantastic numbers here in the NHL, also in the NBA for the year. 1,424 units of profit. That is all documented over at Tony's Picks. We have a 7-game NBA card, some hockey, as well as college hoops, a tournament in Vegas going on, as well as an NFL game. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
I'm focused on college basketball mostly tonight, Tony, even though it's an abbreviated card. And, Mindy kind of joked about it with the lack of a marquee matchup. Again, that Creighton game, probably the best game that you can find. But I've got a 3-pack in college basketball, 4 games total. My college basketball $15 play is my 4th play in college basketball. That one goes off at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Mindy, 3:30 Pacific. So I've kept that one a little bit separate from the group. It's a standalone game for the most part. Starts a half hour earlier than the main card. And so I have that one for $15 over at Tony'sPicks.com, and the 3-pack of games in college basketball from this card. You probably wouldn't buy tickets to these games, Tony, but you might want to bet on them. I've got a 3-pack there, 4 games total in college basketball. And tonight, my NHL best bet on the ice, just 1 game so far. I'm not sure I'm going to come with any more. on the 6-game card. So got my NHL best bet up and loaded at Tony'sPicks.com, and my Monday night NBA best bet. 7-game card, just one game stands out to me right now. Could be an ad, could be some late steam, we'll see. But that's the card that I'm going with tonight. NFL, look, it's a close game, so maybe it'll be entertaining, but doesn't sound like the most aesthetically pleasing game tonight with the Patriots and the Cardinals. You got one coach, basically trying to get a win at home, try to save his job. I'm not even sure that he can do that. And you have the Patriots trying to salvage their season a little bit, stay in the playoff hunt, and stay live. But again, you're having to go on the road, New England at Arizona. That's why you're looking at a spread of just a point or two in that one. So maybe it'll be an entertaining game just because it's going to be close. And I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with something there. We did preview the game on the morning steam, so maybe we'll just leave it at that. But that's what I'm looking at tonight right now, Tony. 6 games in all locked and loaded for my long-term subscribers. Get in touch with me on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day passes. Get many, many picks from me. I'm about high volume. High volume leads to high returns with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. We'll flash the numbers up there for you again. He's been doing great work here in the NHL. 3,131 units of profit. That is all documented over at Tony's Picks. So get on board with Ramon right now over on the site. Also, I'll show you the full screen here on that leaderboard, because if you look at it, it's quite impressive when you look at Ramon's handicap results here over the year. We'll scroll back up to the top and you can see Ramon's numbers here. This is for 2022, and these are the leagues that he's been profitable in. The NHL, 3,131 units of profit. NBA, 1,424. Even the Summer League in the NBA, Vegas Summer League, 705. He'll have a good seat for the Summer League this year. College football, 634 units of profit. In the regional baseball, crushed the bookies then during the regionals. MMA, great results. NFL in the positive. CFL did great work, had a little FIBA play in there as well. So guys, get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. He's got the Monday Night College of Basketball 3-pack up there for you right now. A good time to get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com with that play with those 3 packs for you. Also, as he mentioned, college basketball discount premium. That $15 play comes from College Hoops tonight. Also in action with best bets tonight from NHL, NBA with Ramon Scott. So go ahead and get signed up over there at Tony'sPicks.com. But again, instead of buying these plays individually, we showed you the yearly records. Why not just go ahead and get that monthly all sports pass from Ramon? Because when you get that monthly pass, the remainder of college football is in play here. All 41 bowl games, the national championship game is in action. This will take you also, the final 4 weeks of this NFL season is also in play here with this 1 month all sports pass, because that's what, 4 weeks left. And that's covered under that monthly pass, as well as all of Ramon's NBA, all of his college basketball, NHL, and of course, don't forget, we got still World Cup 4 games remaining. We got the 2 semis, we got the 3rd place and championship game. So Ramon's in action in World Cup. That's also part of it. He's also always in action when there's MMA cards. When you'll see Bellator, you'll see UFC picks from Ramon in his member area. That's also part of the monthly. It's all sports, so it's all sports from Ramon, and that's a good value there. They're at $329. By the way, you could save 20% off that price. $66 off when you use that promo code TonyT. At checkout, you can access Ramon's page by clicking that link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and of course, that'll land you on Ramon's page, and go ahead and get signed up. Also, make note on these monthly passes, they also include any late steam. Now, of course, go into the members area by 11 a.m. Eastern time. All the plays will be in there, but any pick the Cappers put in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, those will be emailed you directly into your inbox. We call those late steam. We track those as late steam on our site and on our leaderboard. So be sure to make note that late steam plays included on the monthly All Sports Pass. Any of the buttons in yellow include late steam. The ones in orange do not, because those are 1-day passes with games that have already been loaded in the system. But the long-term passes, those will be the late steam will be emailed to you. Any pick he puts in late that starts between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, included in that 1 month All Sports Pass. All right, Ramon, we've also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony Sick Ramon. Of course, that morning steam show with you and Mindy, Saturdays through Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, I got a free pickup right now at Tony's Picks Ramon. You can pick that up. It's in the late game in the NHL. Well, I say the late game. There's not a late card tonight, but 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, 7 Mindy with Nashville and St. Louis. Head on over to Tony's Picks Ramon and get another pick every day from me, at least 5 days a week there at Tony's Picks Ramon. And all of our handicappers, make sure you follow their Tony's Picks associated Twitter feeds to get more free picks every day from the crew here at Tony's Picks. And Mindy and I will be back tomorrow with more morning steam. It's not just Mindy and I, it's all of our followers. It's all of the chat. It's everybody in the room, and really get a good conversation going with everyone and their picks. And sometimes they agree with us, sometimes they don't. But when they do agree with us, it makes it feel really good, especially when we have a couple of winning days like we did this weekend with the crew, the Morning Steam crew. It's just not Mindy and I. You can join us if you haven't as well. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And, of course, you can listen to the show on all the platforms. All the information's pertinent right up until game time. We preview all the big leagues every day, talking about right now NBA and NHL, and also we preview selected college basketball games. For example, maybe it wasn't a spectacular card today, but we dug deep a little bit, even previewed a couple of games with 20-point spreads, which are the toughest games to handicap. Everybody knows that. Anybody can pick a straight-up winner. But follow us and watch the show every day. We really enjoy it. Definitely happy, Tony, that we're getting upwards of 300-400 viewers to the show each and every day. Really makes it worth it. And like I said, didn't know that the direction was going to go, but it's been really a blessing for us to get all these people following us and enjoying it and watching the show. So and watching on Tony's Picks YouTube channel, Morning Steam, every day with Mindy and I, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
That's right, guys. Check it out, that with the Ramon and Mindy, the Morning Steam here at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So tune in, like, subscribe, set notifications. Of course, Ramon on Twitter, Tony's Picks Ramon, and check out the free picks there as well. And of course, remember, click that link and get signed up for Ramon's long-term passes. He's been on fire. Right, Ramon, it's always great to have you on the show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
See you then, Tony. Thank you.
You got it. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. All right, guys, we're with you here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern time with Game Day Picks. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and set those notifications. We want you guys to be live with us so you get the best numbers with these picks here when we give them to you here on the show. It is Game Day Picks here at 3 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's continue on here on our show. It's now time here for my picks, so let me put it up for you tonight. We're going to be looking at this college hoops game tonight between Arizona State and Creighton. We got ASU, the dog. This game will be played in Las Vegas, a neutral site game. We're going to be looking here at this underdog Arizona State team, +3 against Creighton. Creighton's kind of been a bit down right now. They've lost 3 straight. They had that loss late against BYU in Las Vegas. And of course, a bit of a losing streak here for the Blue Jays. They've really struggled on the offensive glass and from the three-point line, where they're hitting just under 34%. Of course, they're very good inside and giving up shooting 56% with 2-point shots, 48% allowed here. Not a defense that forces turnovers, but they rebound well. Now ASU off to a 9-1 start, 2-0 in Pac-12. Couple of impressive road wins. What got my attention was winning at Colorado, which is a tough place to play. And of course, they go to SMU as a favorite, about a 4 to 5 point favorite, depending on what the time of day heading to that game, because it was kind of bouncing around. And they win that one by 18. Again, a very good defensive team. They sit 17th in the nation in efficiency. They're giving up 25% from 3, 39% around the bucket. Of course, their issues are in defensive glass and shooting from 3, where they hit just 30%. But again, also on Arizona State's resume is a notable 25-point win on a neutral court to Michigan. It's an experienced team that utilizes its bench. Creighton has struggled shooting the basketball during this losing streak, and they face a strong defensive team here. Just go back and look at the past performance here for Creighton. You see the struggles they're shooting against some pretty good teams, right? Then you get another good one here. That's 17th in the nation in defensive efficiency. We'll go ahead and take the 3 with Arizona State. All right, guys, check out Tony's Picks. I got 4 premiums today for you up on the board over on the site. I've got the best bet tonight from the NFL, and I also have a 3-pack I put together for you here on the board here tonight. We've got 2 college basketball and 1 college. Two NBA and 1 college basketball in my 3-pack tonight up there. So that's my Monday 3-pack, and then Monday best bet is from the NFL game. So 4 premiums today. You can buy them all together here. Buy them individually, I should say here, because there'll be different picks. Again, the long-term passes are great. We mentioned about that 1 month all sports pass. You get all of my premium plays for a month. That would include every college football bowl game, right? Because that would include all 41 bowl games plus the championship game. Of course, all the NFL. This will get you the remainder of the regular season because that's all we got left. We got 4 weeks of the regular season before we hit the playoffs. So that's also included here on that 1 month all sports pass. And of course, all of my college hoops, NBA, NFL, college football. So get on board with that 1 month all sports pass and use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you will save 20% off your purchase. You can access my page by clicking the link in the description and click the all cappers tab, and then you'll land right here on my page. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, let's continue on here with the show. It is now time to recap today's plays. So let me get the recap screen up for you. We had Mindy today on the Devils Rangers over 6. Ramon was on Trailblazers laying 4 against the Timberwolves, and I was on Arizona State plus the 3 against Creighton. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of Game Day Picks. Guys, make sure you tune in again tomorrow live at 3 Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. Bringing our cappers in from Tony's Picks, and they'll give out the plays for you live here on our show. So make sure you subscribe. Tons of free picks on our channel. Live shows like this one, live shows like the Morning Steam, and a lot of things going on in our Soccer Picks Daily Show as well, covering through the World Cup. So guys, make sure and beyond. It's a show every Monday through Friday, early on. 2:15 each time, as I'm joined by Paul Egros there as well. So lots going on the channel, so make sure you subscribe. That's going to do it for our show today. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today's show. We're going to go ahead and wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have yourself a great evening, afternoon. We'll talk with you again tomorrow on the Game Day.